Edouard Mendy was substituted at extra time against Liverpool. He's back in today. Thiago Silva, 37, with over a century of Brazilian caps. So Mendy in goal, back three of Chalobah, Trevor Chalobah, Thiago Silva and Antonio Rudiger. Wing backs, we think Reece James and Sam Rodriguez. Jorginho and N'Golo Kante in the centre. Up front, Mason Mount, Christian Pulisic behind Kai Havertz. Burnley picked up a surprise point at Stamford Bridge back in November. It's a really good result for Burnley. Mati Vidra got the late goal. 1-1 it finished. Havertz scored for Chelsea. Here last season, Chelsea ran out 3-0 winners. And goals that day for Ziyech, Zuma and Werner. Burnley's last top flight win against Chelsea, well, you've got to go all the way back to 1973, and that was 1-0 that day with Frank Casper getting the only goal. Andre Mariner is the man in the middle. The West Midlands-based official will be assisted by Mike Dean on VAR. Pleased to say I've got a special guest with me this afternoon, Burnley FC women's captain Lauren Bracewell. Lauren, great to see you.
You're right.
How are you doing?
Yeah, really good, thank you.
No,
Great
I don't think people have joined me on the back of a 9-0 win, so that's a first. I wouldn't imagine you had a great deal to do.
No, a bit chilly that night, to be honest, but yeah, we made it into the final of the Lancashire Cup, so looking forward to that in a few weeks. I think it'll be a tougher test.
Against Fylde, yeah. You beat Fleetwood in the week, didn't you?
Yeah, Fleetwood 9-0 in the week.
Yeah.
To be fair to them, I mean, there were a few leagues down. They did very, very well. So all respect to them, they did really well.
Yes, yeah.
But, luckily we came out on top.
And Evie got a hat-trick.
Yeah,
I've seen that. Yeah.
She's on form at the minute, is Evie, but yeah, she's playing fantastic, so it was thoroughly deserved.
Yeah, it's a super night. I mean, we're doing really well, aren't we? You know, you're getting a lot of viewers on TikTok, on Clarets Plus, and people are enjoying it at Leyland. The facilities are decent.
Oh, fantastic facilities. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, Padiham served its purpose, and it was really good for the Burnley crew and everything to come and watch us, but if we're making that step up like we are doing.
If anybody's listening, Leyland's only sort of 40 minutes, isn't it?
Well, it takes about half an hour. Half an hour, 40 minutes maximum. It's not far.
And the facilities are pretty good, aren't they? On a nice day, and it's a good forecast tomorrow. Get along and see Burnley against the league leaders, Wolves.
Exactly, so we're hoping to cause a bit of an upset. We drew with them.
Yes, I was going to say, they equalised late on. They haven't lost all season in the league, I think.
No, they haven't. So we were a bit disappointed with the result, to be honest with you. We were
having led,
so we thought we deserved to win it, but things happened. I think it were a deflection off one of the defenders that went in, so I won't call out who it was, but
I think Millie scored twice, did she, that day?
I think she did.
Yes, I remember the game, and what a good result it was.
Fantastic,
but albeit a little bit disappointing at the end because you'd led. Now on to today. We'll chat about yourself at half time if we can. Today, big game for Burnley, isn't it? I know you're a big fan.
I am indeed. Well, I mean, I thought we've played pretty well since the Watford game, really, and we thoroughly deserved the win against Spurs. Disappointing result against Leicester.
But, they had a bit of class just off the bench, didn't they?
I mean, never write us off. Today it's a tough game, but never write Burnley off.
It's one result we haven't really had in the Premier League, beating Chelsea here, isn't it? And that'd be really good to do it today.
Hopefully it'll be today. We need it, don't we? I think, can we move out of the relegation zone?
Oh, absolutely. A point would do it. A point would get Everton into the bottom three, because they play on Monday. They play Spurs on Monday, so they would go into the bottom three with a point. I mean, the performances have been okay, haven't they? They've been decent. Nobody's turned Burnley over.
No, not at all.
We've been on the wrong end of some tight games. Does it? I mean, in football, perhaps that gets a bit frustrating, isn't it? A lot of draws.
I mean, how many is it? 12 or 11?
12 draws.
I mean, at least the points, let's say.
It is. But there comes a time, I suppose, where you need the 3 points, don't you? Got it at Brighton, got it here against Spurs.
Great win against Brighton, I mean, even against United, picking up, was it 1-1 for United?
United, Rodriguez scored.
So,
didn't
even
he?
a good point
second
against
half.
them.
Of course it was. Of course it was. I mean, do you watch Do you watch Burnley and think you're picking things up? Do you watch Nick Pope? And
yeah.
I remember asking Rachel Brown that, and she said, "Yeah, watch every game. I watched every game, thinking I could learn something."
Well, you do, yeah. You just pick up pointers from anybody, really. I mean, I've been watching Asmir Begovic. I know he hasn't been playing much, but he's my glove sponsor, so.
Oh right, I noticed she'd retweeted a couple of things, and I wondered why that was.
So I try and have a look at him because he's an older keeper now,
Yes,
so it's good to look at the older keepers as well as like the younger ones like Nick.
Yes,
and to see how the game's advanced.
Pope will like that. Yeah. He's not in the full flush of youth. He'll like that. I thought he was really good Tuesday night, wasn't he? Some great saves.
Yeah. I mean, we don't give him enough credit sometimes.
No, I thought there were three great saves. The save early on from the right back Pereira to his left hand side, it looked like it was behind him.
To be honest, I've not missed that one.
Yeah, it was a great save. And then he saved from Barnes at the same end. And then here again from Barnes at the cricket field stand end. So, I think he's a top keeper.
Oh, it's fantastic keeper. I mean, it should be in the England setup, no doubt about it. I mean, we're biased, aren't we, Burnley fans? But if he's not in there again, there's something going on.
Not quite right there, is there? I mean, they talk about his distribution, but what do you think? I mean, predominantly you're there to save the ball at the end of the day.
Well, I'm a bit like him. My distribution's probably the poorest part of my game.
Lauren, I could never kick it. No. I could never kick it. And the pass back rule came in when I was playing, albeit at a low level, and it just knocked me for six. Because I had no left foot.
No, it's hard, isn't it? Yeah.
I think keepers now almost have to be as comfortable as the outfield players on the ball.
You're completely right. I think the likes of City and stuff like that have kind of showed us the way in that field. But I mean, going back to Nick on his distribution, I mean, he's still got a great kick. He's still got decent distribution. Like you said, it's about the shot stopping. How many times has he saved us over the season?
Of course it is. And Burnley don't play from the back quite like maybe Everton did with Pickford. Obviously the big clubs play. Burnley don't do that.
No.
So he's not going to be adept in distribution necessarily from the back. And I don't know about you, I'm not keen on the centre backs either side of the 6-yard box.
No, not even mine, to be honest with you.
Just want to kick it to the halfway line. Compete for the ball. And I think in that way then you're keeping the shape right.
Yeah, exactly.
If you've got the centre backs either side, you haven't got a shape if you lose the ball.
I mean, we've seen it quite a few times, haven't we, when keepers have lost the ball or the defenders lost the ball and we've turned it over into a goal. So
it's a bit old school. I know, people say I'm a bit out of touch, but for me, the first job is save the ball, and then we look at the rest after.
Correct.
So that's just what
I agree with you.
We're waiting for the teams. Are you a little bit surprised with the change of Cornet onto the bench, or?
No, I think J-Rod's been playing all right, hasn't he?
He has.
No,
bit unlucky to lose his spot, I thought.
Yeah. No, I think he's been doing all right. So, I mean, hopefully he'll prove a point here as well. He's got his chance to prove a point. So
we can use Cornet as an impact sub off the bench, probably, I would think.
Yeah.
We're going to miss Ben Mee.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, did you see the injury the other night?
I didn't know.
Took a bang on his knee.
I was training.
So. Of course, we'll come to that. Every day's a busy day, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, we'll come to that. We're waiting just for the teams to emerge now. I mean, you're a big Burnley fan,
I am,
aren't you?
Yeah.
Because I know you played at Rochdale, Blackburn.
Yeah.
But come back to Burnley, come back to your hometown club.
Yeah, I started at Burnley when I was under 12s.
Right.
Around about 11.
Yeah.
Went around a bit I ended up at Blackburn, I'm swearing here. But the progression wasn't there at the club, at this club at that time, so you have to go to another club to kind of progress your career.
Rachel talked about that.
Yeah.
Burnley were lower down the leagues,
yes.
and she couldn't play for her hometown club because the standard wasn't high enough.
Yeah.
So that's similar for yourself,
exactly,
isn't it?
Yeah. So I just went around to a few clubs, Blackburn, Rochdale being probably the club that progressed me more than anything.
Right, good.
Massively. And then, I'm glad to be back at Burnley, finishing my career off.
And doing well. So,
doing
well. Successive promotions.
Yeah.
I know the last couple of years have been a bit awkward with COVID, but only lost 5 games this season.
Yeah, we're
in the league.
Too bad. Not too bad at all.
That is excellent.
Yeah.
Here come the teams. I'm pleased to say from the tunnel together for the first time today in 2 years. Let's go through the sides for you. For Burnley, Nick Pope in goal. He's got 49 clean sheets for Burnley, needs 1 for 50. Connor Roberts right back, Charlie Taylor left back, Nathan Collins, James Tarkowski in the centre. In midfield, Aaron Lennon have a new flush of youth at 34. Josh Brownell, Ashley Westwood and Dwight McNeil. Up front, Jay Rodriguez is back in alongside Wout Weghorst. On the bench for Burnley, Wayne Hennessy, Matt Lowton, Jack Cork, Ashley Barnes, Maxwell Cornet, Phil Bardsley, Kevin Long, Bobby Thomas and Lewis Richardson. Chelsea are the European and World Club champions. They come here on the back of a win at Luton Town in the FA Cup. Edouard Mendy is back in goal. He was substituted, remember, after extra time in the Carabao Cup final. Trevor Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Antonio Rudiger, the back three. Reece James will play right wing back, Sal Niguez left wing back, N'Golo Kante and Jorginho in the centre. Mason Mount and Christian Pulisic behind Kai Havertz. Pulisic got a hat-trick in this fixture 2 years ago. On the bench, Kepa, reserve keeper. Andreas Christensen back after injury. Mateo Kovacic, Romelu Lukaku, Timo Werner, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Hakim Ziyech, Malang Sarr and Kennedy back after a couple of loan spells. Kennedy on the bench. Our referee is Andre Mariner. Mike Dean is on VAR. What do you make about changing your keeper after 120 minutes? What did you make of that?
To be honest, they must have had some sort of agreement, mustn't
of course they? Yeah.
But,
I'm looking at you because you're some sort of penalty-saving expert after the Sunderland game.
I don't agree with it, if I'm totally honest. I mean, coming into a game like that, a massive game, without making one save.
Yeah.
And he played absolutely amazing.
I thought Mendy was. I thought he was man of the match, to be honest. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And why would I'm not quite sure why you'd change it.
No, I don't. So I don't know why.
No, it didn't work. I mean, we might have a different view of it if he'd have saved 2 or 3 and they'd won the cup. So that's the way it works.
You could just see it panning out like that. Unfortunately, couldn't you?
The lad I thought looked a bag of nerves, and it just didn't work out. No. It just didn't work out. It was Liverpool's trophy.
I mean, you don't see that much though, scoring so many penalties anyway. You don't see
11-10. Yeah. But, it happened to Wayne Hennessy. His last game for Crystal Palace.
Did it?
He missed the last penalty and they lost 11-10 against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Burnley in claret and blue. Chelsea their change strip. It's all black with orange trim. So we're having a minute's solidarity in support to the Ukraine. There'll be a minute's applause. Minute's applause, solidarity shown towards Ukraine, and Chelsea will get us underway. Burnley attacking left to right, so attacking the Barnfield construction stand. Burnley against Chelsea. Earlier today, Leeds lost 1-0 at Leicester. Burnley remain 2 points behind Leeds United and have now 2 games in hand, and we are underway at Turf Moor. Immediately with Rudiger at the back for Chelsea, looking for Havertz. Not a striker by trade, really. Pulisic trying to help it on. Brownell looking over the top. Weghorst on the chase. Silva's done well with it. Rudiger back to him. Pitch looks a little drier than it's been in recent weeks. Touch on here. A little bit of space for Jorginho. He'll get it back. Jorginho looking through the middle. It's a chase for Havertz, he'll get there. Roberts to cover him. Touch back here for Sal. Burnley should clear the lines with Westwood. Got it away. Rodriguez battling away, just flick it on, looking for Weghorst. Conte just to help it on. Here's Chalobah. Uses Silva. Chelsea looking to build from the back. Rudiger near the halfway line, left-hand side. Back inside for Silva. There's movement ahead of him. Just uses Rudiger again. German in possession. Burnley have gone 4-4-2, tight units. Trying to make a move on the far side is Reece James. Ball over the top. There's some test at Roberts. Ball into the middle. Burnley head it away. Good firm, strong header from Tarkowski. James will pick up the loose ball. Touch back for Conte. Here's James again. Chalobah on for Silva. Chelsea will dominate possession. Burnley will have to be patient. Chalobah once more. Uses James. Good pressure from Burnley. Chalobah will go back to his keeper. Mendy. Lauren, Burnley going to have to be patient, aren't they?
It looks like it, doesn't it, already?
They do dominate the ball. They are good in possession. Chalobah back to his keeper again. Mendy just outside his box. Uses Chalobah. Burnley thought they were nicking it then. They have won it with a header. Couldn't win the next ball. Jorginho to help it on. Burnley trying to get back and win it. Over the head from Westwood. Easy one from Chalobah back to his keeper. Mendy. Mendy's got time on the ball. Plenty of noise from the crowd. Into the 3rd minute. Mendy just rolls this short. Silva to get it forward. Header back here for Jorginho. On in turn for Conte. Back for Silva. A lot happened off the field for Chelsea in the last few days. Shouldn't affect the players. Tarkowski's won that. Taylor will tidy up behind him. Havertz and Pazut. Good ball forward, looking for Weghorst, trying to flick it on against Silva. Battling away Jorginho, helped on by Conte. On that right-hand side with Reece James. Finds Silva, 37 years of age now, Thiago Silva. Over 100 Brazilian caps. He's got the ball in the centre circle. Uses Rudiger. Touch on again, Pulisic. Just going to use Saul on that left-hand side. Back for Rudiger. Jorginho once more. Dominating possession. On for Trevor Chalobah. His brother was here on loan, you'll remember. Under Sean Dyche. Here's Silva once more. Burnley applying pressure, but keeping the ball, Chelsea. Here's Conte. Silva once more, and Silva thought about going back to his keeper. Rodriguez in pursuit, goes wide. Rodriguez has caught his man. It's going to be a free kick. Bit of frustration from Burnley. Don't think there was a great deal in it.
No, I didn't look to be.
But they are comfortable on the ball, we know that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with them playing in their own half like that.
yeah.
Keep them there, keep them at bay. Hopefully we can get a sneaky steal off them and go in for a counter-attack.
Yeah, I mean, it does use energy, doesn't it? Closing them down all the time.
They're used to it though, aren't they? They're a very fit team of Burnley.
Yeah, very fit, yeah. Here's Conte. Just looking forward here, header flick on. Clearance, comfortable one for Tarkowski. Bit of space here for Rudiger. The ball was behind him, allowed Lennon to get close. Here's Conte, loses the ball. That's what Burnley were waiting for. Weghorst trying to flick it on. Conte being Conte, gets back to win it, and he's moving down that right wing now. McNeil trying to keep close to him. Conte just checks, uses Reece James, just gets away from McNeil. Good block here from Taylor. Got his body in the way, did that really well. Here's Conte again though. Jorginho to help it on, edge of the box. Ball in from James, dangerous, but a comfortable take for Nick Pope. He was covering his near post really well. And Burnley've got a bit of the ball, albeit with the keeper. And he rolls it out for Charlie Taylor. Back in the side, Eric Peters injured at Palace. Back again with Pope, looking long. Chalobah leaves it for Silva. I'm not sure that quite worked out. Back again with Thiago Silva. He'll use his keeper. Burnley strict 4-4-2. Lennon right-hand side, McNeil left-hand side. Looks like a 3-4-2-1 for Chelsea, with Mount and Pulisic behind Kai Havertz. I'm a little bit surprised Lukaku. They've fallen out with Lukaku. Always looks a real danger, doesn't he?
Lukaku, yeah. He's incredible though, isn't he? He's such a strong player.
Whether we'll see some of him today, I don't know. He did get the winner at Luton in midweek, but looks to be out of favour as such. Here's Mendy looking wide here, helped on by Saul. Collins wins it well against Pulisic. Big afternoon for Nathan Collins, Lauren, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's can show us what he's all about now, can't he? It's a massive challenge for him, but I'm sure he'll come out.
Yeah, he's done well. Whenever he's been called upon, he's done really well. Tarkovsky just shifted to the left-hand side to accommodate him. Quick word here from Ashley Westwood for Nathan Collins. There's going to be a Burnley throw here with Roberts. Tarkovsky's not joined it yet, so I think the target will be Fout, and I think he's going to go short here. Fout wants the ball, right-hand side, trying to just hold it up by the touchline, under pressure, hooks it back in. Can he find Brownhill? Battling away well there, Chelsea, but it's broken for Burnley. It's with Connor Roberts. Good skill from Roberts. Uses Lennon. Lennon to take on Rudiger. Whips in the cross. That's the keeper's, is it? Ooh, headed behind in the end. Bit of pressure. Looks a good ball that from Lennon, didn't it?
Nice little bit of play from Lennon there. I think he's been playing really well recently.
He has, yes, he has. I mean, he's not lost any of his pace.
No.
At 34, which is incredible. Really is. Now then, Burnley have got a chance. They can trouble Chelsea at set piece. It's gone short for Westwood. Westwood to hook it in there. Oh, might still fall in there. Tarkovsky can get a shot on it, and they'll break with the ball here. Looking to pick out Havertz. Flick on for Pulisic. Getting men forward here. Mount bombing down that right-hand side. Pulisic just holding things up, which probably helps Burnley a little. Good pressure, though, from the Clarets. Here's Rudiger. Uses Silva. We've played 7 minutes. It's Burnley 0, Chelsea 0. Looking for the ball over the top. That should be Nick Pope's. Burnley FC women's captain Lauren Bracewell's with me on Clarets Plus. Nick Pope to roll this out for Charlie Taylor. It's 0-0. Taylor looking down the line here. Rodriguez on the chase. Easily won by Chalabar, but Burnley applying pressure, and it's gone back to the keeper. Mendy to hook this wide. Looks too much on that. Oh, Roberts caught here. High boot. I don't think it's malicious, but boy, Connor Roberts will feel that, Lauren.
He caught him, didn't he? Yeah, definitely not malicious. Weren't even looking at the ball really, but at the player, sorry. But I think it would have hurt him.
Yeah, I think he's caught him. I wondered about the face at first, but he's caught him on the chest.
Is it the chest?
Free kick.
Yeah. Oh.
Did catch him, didn't he?
Yeah.
As you say, I just don't think he knew he was there. He's trying to take the ball under control.
Not at all.
Burnley free kick, right-hand side. So a bit of danger here. This is where Burnley, I think, can have an impact. Contest them. Crowd getting behind the team, which is good to see. McNeil and Westwood over the free kick. McNeil to place it, Westwood to take it, I think, swings it in, headed away, but they need to win the next ball. Roberts does that, stabs it wide for Lennon, good ball. If Lennon can get a ball in here, hooks it in left footer, decent cross, headed away, really good ball in from Aaron Lennon. That's twice he's done that now, but Chelsea will break with the American Pulisic. Lennon getting back at him. Allows Burnley just to stop him for the minute. Can McNeil win the ball? They can. Good from Burnley. Good pressure. Here's Roberts again. Hooks it forward. McNeil to drive forward now. Helps it on for Rodriguez. Back inside again for Westwood. Whoa. Nice ball from McNeil. He'll get there. Looks to hook it back. Too much on it. Beyond Weghorst in the middle. Headed back to the keeper. But an indication there, Lauren, that Burnley can cause Chelsea problems.
Good little bit of play there. Fantastic play. Did well to win it back in the centre straight away as well.
Here's Rudiger looking long for Pulisic. A foul on Collins. Immediately everybody looked at the referee. He does blow. The American just a push in the back on Nathan Collins. Free kick for Burnley. Collins will take it. Leave it in fact for Nick Pope. Just calm things down a little bit. James Tarkovsky's the skipper today. No Ben Mee. We'll get news on that after the game. Villa leads Southampton by a 1-0. Early today, Leicester beat Leeds by a 1-0. Flick on, trying to find Rodriguez. Touch forward, Pulisic to take it down. Good from the American. Under pressure, he's fouled by Westwood. Just, I think, a tug back. The American fell to the floor. Be a free kick for Chelsea, just outside the centre circle, with Jorginho. Here's Rudiger. Back again for Silva. I think the only player wearing gloves, Thiago Silva, apart from the keepers, of course. Here's Rudiger, looking diagonal ball. Taylor wins the header. 0-0 it is. We've played 11 minutes. Good chest down from Rodriguez. Looking over the top here for McNeil. McNeil takes it in his stride. He's got the better of his man. Looking to drive into the box now. He's got men in the middle. It's blocked by the defender. It'll be a corner. Did really well, McNeil, to get away. In a way, you're disappointed with the corner, aren't you?
Yeah.
It looked really promising.
He did fantastic to win that. I mean, the ball, who was the ball from in the middle?
Yeah, it's hooked on, wasn't it? And he just beat the defender to it. I think Westwood will take this. Collins and Tarkowski up. Weghorst in there. Not the biggest of sides, Chelsea. I just wonder if Burnley can exploit this. It's gone short. McNeil to deliver. Decent ball in there. Headed away by Rudiger. Got to keep the free kicks away from him in the corners. Here's Roberts. Just an old-fashioned up and under. He's looking to find McNeil again. McNeil to collect this.
Nice.
Doing well, McNeil. Started the game well. Puts a ball in. Oh, Rodriguez just couldn't turn on it. Hacked away in the end. Here's Mount under pressure. Uses James. Good from Burnley. Keeping at it. Trying to win it, Taylor, and they have done. McNeil again. Back for Tarkowski. Good spell for Burnley. Lifting the crowd. Good noise at Turf Moor. Here's Roberts. Back for Collins. Collins looking down the line here. Too much on that. And that'll be a throw to Chelsea. Good little spell for Dwight McNeil, Lauren.
Oh yeah, he's doing fantastic down there. Had a couple of opportunities to get the ball in, and he's won it back himself high up the pitch as well. So hopefully we can keep it going. Incredible
what he's done at the age of 22. Played so many Premier League games. Maybe had a dip in form, but he's back to his best now.
Yeah, but I mean, he's young, like you say. You're going to have a bit of a dip, but he's overworked sometimes, let's say.
Yeah.
But,
plays a lot of games.
Yeah, he does, but he's doing really well.
Here's Chalobah for Chelsea, halfway inside his own half. Uses Silva. On for Rudiger. Ball forwards nice. Burnley looking to try and win it back. Mount under pressure, loses out. No foul. Collins comes away with the ball. Driving forward. Needs a bit of support now. He's on the left wing, Nathan Collins. In the end, he's conceded the throw. Crowd loved that. It was a nice 30-yard run. He needed a bit of support there, didn't he? I think.
He did well.
Inside here for Thiago Silva. John from PSG. Rudiger. Sal just hugging that left touchline. Back inside for Silva. Decent first 14 minutes for Burnley. Very much in the game at 0-0. This is one result Burnley haven't really had in the Premier League. At home to Chelsea. Had that 1-1 draw where Robbie Brady scored a superb free kick. Here's Silva once more. Just helps it on for Jorginho. They've now broken away from the back. On for Mount. Mason Mount driving forward. He's got an overlap as well here from Sol. This is dangerous. Sol to get the ball in towards the back post. Good block. Charlie Taylor got in the way.
Great block.
They worked it really well, Chelsea. Here's Conte. Helps it on for Mount. Mount looking to have a shot. It's bodies. Westwood will get it away. He's looking for Weghorst. Looked like he jumped on his back there, Chalobah. And the referee has given it. Free kick Burnley. Weghorst he's a man mountain, isn't he, at 6'6"? But you know what? He's decent with his feet.
He is, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe more so than in the air.
Yes, yeah. I think you get obsessed with his size, don't you? And you think you're going to hit him early. And Burnley, I think, have realised, probably since the Watford game, they've got to get it on the deck and play through him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fantastic addition to the team. I mean, he's proved it over the past few weeks, especially. It probably took him a couple of games to get into it.
Yeah.
Premier League's a lot faster than any other league, I think. I think people forget. But yeah, he's doing great.
Newcastle lead Brighton by Golton. That ball stood up a little bit. Silva with the header away. Keeper couldn't come. Just got it away from Weghorst. Silva in the end. Almost a last-minute panic. Fraser's got the goal. Newcastle 1, Brighton 0. Brighton in a miserable spell of form. Throw from Roberts, looking for Weghorst. Weghorst trying to turn his man. It's going to be a Chelsea throw. I think it had already gone out of play. It's with Saul down this left-hand side, on loan from Atletico Madrid. Hasn't seen a lot of action. Westwood to win this. It was a poorish throw. McNeil back for Westwood. He's been busy early on, looking to get it wide for Lennon. I think they fancy Lennon against Sol. And Lennon's gone again here, but Sol will react. Lennon's gone inside, in the box. Hooks it back, chance for Burnley off the line. Weghorst with the shot. Thiago with a clearance off the line. Burnley were close. Here's Taylor, looking to make progress down that left-hand side. McNeil, again for Taylor. Taylor's caught here. That's a free kick. How close were Burnley there, Lauren?
Oh, thought that was the opener then.
Well, see a replay. I think Silva just got himself in a good position. Lennon did well here.
Fantastic.
I wasn't sure he was going to get the ball. He did.
Yeah.
Hooked it back in the right spot. Hit it quite well. Maybe didn't get the power he was looking for. Best chance of the game so far. Falls to Burnley. Weghorst clean. Clean hit, but cleared off the line by Silva. Free kick Burnley on that left-hand side. Swung in. Decent delivery. Collins with the header and over. I think Weghorst might have been in the better position, but they were both free. In the end, Collins' head has gone over the bar. It's a great delivery, isn't it?
Oh, great delivery. Yeah, I think you're possibly right with that.
Weghorst maybe just in a better spot.
Yeah.
Collins is at full stretch. Two big chances early on.
I feel like we've had more chances than Chelsea.
Yeah.
It's not like they're keeping a lot of the possession either. I think we're holding our own. Encouraging,
isn't it? Just slipped there, Pope, as he kicked that, but it's flicked on. Weghorst, nice layoff for Rodriguez, trying to get it back to him. Won bravely by Chalobah. Ball forward again, looking for Weghorst. Might bounce free for Rodriguez. Jorginho did well. They're struggling a little at the back. Work for Taylor, and he'll just tidy up for Pope. 18 minutes gone. Certainly Burnley have had the two best chances. That clearance off the line from Weghorst immediately after from the free kick. Collins' header over the bar. Taylor done well to win that. Still in play, I think. Rodriguez battling away, can't win it. There's James. Chalobah to get it forward. Strong challenge from Tarkowski. Chelsea thought he went through the back of the player. Referee happy enough. Here's Pulisic. He's got men running ahead of him. Here's Sal. Spaniard just checks inside. Looks to hook it wide. Mount's in a bit of space here. Corner of the box. Done well, Mount. Back for Reece James. On in turn here for Jorginho. On for Rudiger coming forward from centre-back. Screams of shoot. He has a shot. Tess Pope. Good save to his right-hand side. Not sure I was expecting that, Lauren.
No, it was a pretty comfortable save, to be honest with you.
Yeah, just moving to his right-hand side. You'd be very surprised if he beat Pope from that range.
Yeah.
Just made sure he got his body behind it. Long boot forward. Silva's not maybe the best in the air. Rodriguez has taken this down. Back for McNeil. Decentness from Burnley. Really good start. Taylor wins the throw. 20th minute. Burnley 0. Chelsea 0. It'd be left for Charlie Taylor. Taylor in front of Thomas Tuchel. Gets it back off Brownhill. Awkward tight spot, but gets help. Under pressure all the way back to Pope. Did look like Westwood was fouled in there, but long ball forward. Header won here by Rodriguez, trying to flick it on for Weghorst. Might break for Conte here. Helps it on. Burnley thought there was an offside there. Havertz comes back and collects. Driving forward, the German. Helps it on for Sol. Just back inside here for Jorginho. Here's Sol again. Pulisic, left-hand side. American international. Just uses Sol again. 20 minutes gone. Burnley 0, Chelsea 0. Rudiger for Trevor Chalobah. Back inside for Silva. It was his clearance off the line that denied Weghorst. Rudiger, just again once more for Jorginho. Plenty of movement ahead of him. Helps it on for Conte. Conte looks to hook it on, but Taylor's nicked it and done well there, Taylor. He's having a look ahead of him now to see what's on. Looking for Weghorst. Weghorst on the chase. Silva gets there first. Hooks it back to his keeper. Mendy on quickly for Rudiger. Rudiger made his debut in that win for Burnley at Stamford Bridge. 4.5 years ago, that magnificent win when Burnley were 3 up, Chelsea pegged it back to 3-2, finished with 9 men. Here's James on that far side, uses Chalobah, very tight in the middle of the park. Burnley very tight, 4-4-2. Here's Rudiger, halfway line. Just touches on for Jorginho. There's movement forward. It's a decent ball, but Pope will get that. Well read by the keeper. Rolls it out for Charlie Taylor. Almost stood on the ball. Thankfully okay. Drives forward, trying to take on Havertz. And it's going to be a Chelsea throw. Soon the linesman believes Taylor ran that out. And it'll be Reece James with the throw. Approaching the halfway point in the first half. Burnley 0, Chelsea 0. Burnley given as good as they've got here, Lauren, haven't they?
Yeah, I think we've had like the better chances, like you said before. I don't feel like they've really tested our defence up to now. A couple of shots from distance, that's about it.
Here's Silva, centre circle. Pulisic dropping back to get some possession here. Uses Silva once more. Chalobah on for Jorginho. Jorginho up and under. Havertz on the chase. Oh, gets a little lucky perhaps, but Collins has done well against him. Hacks it away towards the halfway line. Safety first. Once he got to the ball first, he was just going to get it out of play. Sal Niguez with the throw, left-hand side. Scored against Luton. Kept his place in the side. Alonso can play down the left, of course. Here's Rudiger. On for Silva. 0-0 here at Turf Moor. Halfway through the first half. Reece James to collect it here. Back after injury, England international. And just helps it on for Thiago Silva. Brazilian able to come out from that sweeper role. Picks out Saul, left-hand side. Roberts will go to him. Dummies the first cross. Just uses Pulisic. Lennon getting close. Here's Rudiger again. Bright sunshine at Turf Moor. Rudiger just to help it on. Wide here for Saul. Back again to the number 17. Here's Rudiger. Inside for Thiago Silva. On in turn for Chalobah. Chalobah able to bring it forward now. On for Jorginho. Jorginho looking to try and find Saul here. Wins the header. Touch back for Pulisic. In the box now, the American. Burnley just keeping him tight. On for Conte. Conte has to check back. Good work from Westwood. Here's Mount onside. Trying to hook it inside. Burnley blocked it. Hacked away. And here's Thiago Silva to recover it. Finds Rudiger. A spell where Chelsea are dominating possession and trying to find a way through Burnley. Thiago Silva once more. On for Chalobah. Bit of space for Mount, just drop back to collect it. On for Reece James. Here's Jorginho. Burnley have won it back. It's back here for Collins. Collins just dinks it forward. Jorginho will win that. James to touch it back for Chalobah. Chalobah on for Thiago Silva. Burnley sticking to that 4-4-2. Chelsea trying to find a way through at the minute. Here's Pulisic, drop deep to collect. Now running at Roberts. Saul's available on the left-hand side. Rudiger checks inside. Silva, centre circle. Helps it on for Chalobah. Chalobah looking to come forward now. Will use Reece James. Patient stuff from Chelsea. Back inside for Jorginho. On for Rudiger. Spare man at the time. Chelsea always seems to be a defender at the minute, and it's Thiago Silva this time. Uses Pulisic. Back again for Chalobah. Wide here on that right-hand side. Here's James again. On in turn for Jorginho. Brazilian-born Italian. Picks out Rudiger. Rudiger wearing 2. On in turn for Saul, left-hand side. Burnley go to him. It's hit the defender. Hit Roberts. Breaks again for Saul. Here's Rudiger once more. Uses the Spaniard again, left-hand side. Hooked inside. Bit of space here for Pulisic. Burnley win the ball through Collins. Helped on though here for James. James looking to try and thread a ball through. Burnley intercepted it well. Bit of space here for Jorginho. Jorginho closed down quickly though. Hooks it wide once more. Burnley just been pegged back a little here. Collins wins the header. Might fall for Conte. Looking to hook it back for Rudiger. It's it. Block. Burnley haven't quite got it away. They will do now through Dwight McNeil. Hooks it away. But Burnley not keeping possession. Halfway line with Chalobah. Crowd trying to get behind the team. Here's Jorginho. Tries to come on Burnley. It's back with Thiago Silva once more. But a good spell for Chelsea without really creating anything. Silva once more. 26 minutes gone. Burnley 0, Chelsea 0. Gone wide. Burnley just trying to close it down. Back with Silva again. It was Mount that had just dropped to collect it. Here's Rudiger. Burnley allowing Rudiger to have a bit of the ball, perhaps. Sitting deep elsewhere on the pitch. Here's Chalobah once more. Chalobah just to hook it wide. There's movement ahead, and here's Mount looking to take it down. The keeper will come and collect ahead of Mount. Defending well, Burnley, aren't they, in those situations?
I mean, we're so well organised, aren't we, anyway? Just slide and screen Chelsea, it'll probably frustrate them.
Yeah. I mean, are you at this sort of stage, are you communicating a lot with the back four?
Yeah.
Will Popey be doing that, I guess?
Yeah, well,
making sure the lines are good.
I think you've got to. Tarky will be doing it, won't he?
Of course,
normally Ben Mee. Communication is key, really.
Particularly with Nathan Collins, relatively inexperienced, they'll be trying to help him out, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the more talking, the more it helps people, doesn't it? I mean, it's difficult coming into a team like Burnley. I mean, Ben Mee, he plays day in, day out, doesn't he?
Does.
So to take his role on it, he's going to need all the help he can get, really.
So far, so good. 27 minutes gone. It's goalless at Turf Moor. Burnley probably had the best two chances. It's with Thiago Silva. Uses Trevor Chalobah on in turn for Reece James, right-hand side. Here's Chalobah once more. Silva's the spare man. Burnley, the front two sitting a little bit deeper, letting the back three of Chelsea have some possession, knowing they can't really hurt them from their own half. On that right-hand side, looking to dig one out. He's found Sol. It's wing back to wing back. Sal looking to get a ball inside, sliced it horribly, and that'll be a Burnley goal kick. The crowd have been good, Lawrence, so far, haven't they? Right behind the lads.
Very much so. I think it's needed, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you're almost looking to bring Burnley up and get Chelsea down a little bit, aren't you? Because Chelsea are such a good side, full of internationals.
They are indeed. I mean, the Chelsea crowd, you can hear them, but we're drowning them out at the minute, so...
yeah, it looks a decent attendance.
Yeah.
Not too many gaps.
No, there isn't. Is it a sellout?
I'm not quite, I don't think, but not too many gaps. The weather helps, doesn't it? If you're thinking in the last minute of coming on, you'd rather come on today than the last four.
Oh my gosh, tell me about it. I got caught in the rain, let's say.
Did you? Yeah, every time the last four. Here's Silva, so calm. When Burnley were closing him down in his own box, he'll get it again. This time Burnley stand off, trying to pick the time when they applied the pressure. Conte touched back and Burnley nicked it through Lennon. Did really well there, Aaron Lennon. Ball back inside for Westwood. Westwood's gone under that a little. Might test the keeper though, and he's punched it into the path. Oh, hooked over from Dwight McNeil. What a big chance. Big chance. Mendy got in all sorts of a mess there. Punched it to the feet of McNeil, who's hooked it over the bar. It's a big chance, isn't it?
Huge. I don't know what went wrong here for him.
The keeper sort of punched it almost onto it. He has a touch. I think he's just trying to hook it back towards goal, and he's lofted it over the bar.
I think he just lost sight of it completely. He's messed up his punch, hasn't he, basically?
Yeah. It's a big chance, isn't it?
Huge.
He needs a goal, Dwight McNeil. Hasn't scored this season. And that was a big opportunity. Burnley have had the chances. Reminds me a little bit of the Liverpool game, Lauren, where Burnley sort of rued the missed opportunities.
Yeah, let's hope it don't finish like that.
I know. Wasn't the greatest of punches from Mendy. Wasn't a great ball in from Westwood. He sort of skied it, and Mendy got under it, and his punch was a feather punch, really, to the feet of McNeil. Good pressure again from Burnley, but they'll go a bit longer, and that could test Burnley. Collins wins the first header, needs to win the second, has done. Westwood battling with Conte. It's going to be Chalobah to come away with the ball. Bit of space for Reece James on that far side. Hooks it on for Havertz. Mount in the middle if he can find him. Come away from the front line. Helps it on for James. James has picked out Rudiger here. Always the spare man, it seems, coming forward. Sal back for Rudiger again. Burnley have had the better chances so far. Ball into the middle. Taylor with a good header away. It's good in the air, Charlie Taylor. Win the next ball though, Chelsea. McNeil trying to get back and win it. He's got the help of Taylor. And Taylor should clear his lines here. Looking for Weghorst on that right touch line. Burnley not kept that in play. It'll be a Chelsea throw. Big chances for Burnley. Half an hour gone. Chelsea 0, Burnley 0. It's on that right-hand side with Reece James. Jorginho gets it back to him. Under pressure, he's going to use Trevor Chalobah. Just had to check his stride, run back for it. Ball inside here for Silva. On for Rudiger. The back three seeing a lot of the ball. It's what you don't see in the possession stats, is how much of that possession is in your own half sometimes.
Yeah.
The referee's got a touch there, inadvertently, so he has to stop play. It'll be a Chelsea drop ball. The crowd are booing. I don't think they quite understand the rules. It's hit him and he has to give possession to Chelsea. He's allowing Burnley to get back in numbers. He just wants a word here, Mariner, with Weghorst and Rudiger. Mendy got away with one there.
Yeah,
didn't
he? Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a great cross, but it were a bit of a swirling cross.
Yeah,
so they are quite hard to deal with.
You've got to get that punch out of your box, haven't you?
Yeah, you do. He's just misjudged it completely, it looks like.
I think he's a super keeper, but on that occasion, wasn't great. Got under it, I think. Here's Rudiger. Sal down the left-hand side. Thiago Silva. On for Rudiger. I'm not entirely sure where the crowd are booing him. Thiago Silva in possession. Uses Rudiger again. But they're just trying to stick tight. The front two are just helping the midfield four as well. Taken down by James. Mount back to goal. Nice little turn. But he's under pressure now, and Burnley have won it. Rodriguez hits it against his man. He has won the throw. Deep in the Burnley half. Ironic cheers. Brentford lead at Norwich. Norwich 0, Brentford 1. Ivan Toney has got the goal. Not sure what Burnley want there. What result Burnley want, Norwich, Brentford. Brentford are coming back to the pack. And they lead at Norwich. I don't think McNeil can dwell on that opportunity, Lauren. He's got to put it to the back of his mind.
I think he does. He'll get another opportunity in this game. It looks like that way anyway. We are getting the chances.
Taylor should clear here. It's a real old-fashioned up and under. Rudiger's on the chase, heads it back to his keeper. Here's Rudiger once more. 12 minutes to half-time. Dare I say it, Burnley have had the better chances. Chelsea third in the table, remember. European and World Club champions. It's with Rudiger. Pulisic coming into his own half to collect. Uses Silva. He's the sweeper in that back three, if you will. Gets it back once more and on for Rudiger. Burnley happy to let the centre-backs have a bit of the ball. Ball forward here, flicked on. Havertz trying to turn away. Burnley won it back. Done well with that. Brownhill on for Westwood. Giving Westwood a bit to do. He finds Lennon. Lennon inside. Can't just find Rodriguez. Nearly the right ball. Chalobah comes away with it under pressure from Weghorst. That'll be a foul. Crowd not happy.
Soft.
It's not a bad thing, Lauren, is it, if the crowd are getting angry with some of the decisions?
No, I think it just shows a passion, doesn't it? It was a bit soft, that one, I think.
Yeah. He knows the touch is coming, I think. Free kick taken. Conte back for Chalobah. Final 10 minutes of the half. Burnley 0, Chelsea 0. It's with Rudiger. Back inside for Jorginho. Again back here for Rudiger once more. He'll go square for Chalobah. Chalobah to hook it wide for James. James under pressure immediately from Taylor. That's what Burnley have done today. Applied the pressure on in turn here. Quick ball on from Pulisic for Rudiger. Movement ahead of him is from Havertz. Havertz with Collins with him. Next to the byline, uses Saul. Burnley did well there. It's Rudiger once more as the spare man. He's able to just jog forward with the ball. Helps it on for Jorginho. Square for Chalobah. Wide on that right-hand side for Conte. Conte against McNeil. Uses Reece James. Hooks it back once more for Chalobah. Square for Thiago Silva. Here's Conte. Cries have come on Burnley. Thiago Silva picks out his man. Nice little turn here from Pulisic. Space for Sol on the left-hand side, uses him. Overhits a little, but Sol will get there. Digs out the cross. Burnley should clear through Collins. Safety first. Hooks it wide. Chelsea throw. Just for a minute, Sal was getting space down that left-hand side. And it'll be his throw. On loan from Atletico Madrid. Not really broken into the Chelsea side until now. Goes short, gets it back. Sol inside for Thiago Silva. Approaching the final 8 minutes of the half. Very little in it. Burnley 0, Chelsea 0. Reece James, right-hand side. Here's Trevor Chalobah. On for Silva. It's a lot of the ball, Chelsea, but a lot of it's the back three. Here's Rudiger. Burnley just trying to make sure they've got everybody covered here. Ball into the middle. That'll be Nick Popes. Taylor was covering Mason Mount. Everybody doing their job, it seemed there, Lauren.
Yeah, they're dealing with everything they're throwing at him at the moment, which isn't much, really.
No, it isn't. No, Nick Popes had to be on his toes at the edge of the box a couple of times.
Yeah.
That's gone out of play. It'll be a Burnley throw inside the Chelsea half. I suppose all that's missing is if Burnley could have converted one of those chances.
They have had the better chances, like we keep saying. Hopefully another one will come just before half-time.
Taylor with the throw. On that left-hand side. No news on Eric Peters. He came off against Crystal Palace last Saturday. Not on the bench today. Trying to make progress down that left-hand side, Taylor. He's kept it in play. He thinks there's a nick off the defender. Not sure the linesman's anywhere near that.
There's no idea.
No, it's. No, I think the referee's decided, hasn't he? I suppose, to be fair to the linesman, he's half a pitch away, isn't he?
True.
I think Charlie Taylor was adamant it got a touch off the defender. We'll perhaps see on the replay.
We've come out with a decision anyway, which is a good one.
Yeah, it's gone Burnley's way, hasn't it? Corner for the Clarets. I think Burnley can cause problems here. Interesting, they've gone for a couple of short corners so far. I think this might go in the middle. Look at the far post. Tarkowski, Collins and Weghorst. Lacking a little bit of height. Rudiger's not really picking anybody up. Swung in. It's Thiago Silva with the header away. Come back to the taker. Dwight McNeil to collect now. He's got a man ahead of him. He's looking to take his man on. Whips in the cross. Got a deflection and on. Oh, and hack behind. Just didn't fall for Burnley in the 6-yard box. In the end, Silva's had to hook it over the bar. Good pressure this from Burnley. Corner counts 4-0. I'd get it in the middle, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it looks like it's coming from these.
Yeah.
They're not dealing with anything very well in the air at the back.
So
Keeper's made a bit of an error. Defenders aren't clearing.
It's almost zonal marking, isn't it? Because Rudiger's not really picking anybody up, it seems, in that middle. Let's see what McNeil does with this delivery. Brownhill's on the keeper. Swung in by McNeil. It's gone towards that near post. Headed behind. Yet another corner. Burnley applying the pressure here against illustrious opposition. McNeil to deliver once more. Tarkowski jostling for position, swung in. That's in the middle. Mendy with a punch away. Didn't look entirely convincing, it must be said. Roberts to head this on, but they need to win the next ball. Brownhill has done that. Headed away. Conte to take it down. This is where Chelsea are dangerous. Pulisic collects it. Tarkowski's trying to get the ball back. He's knocked Pulisic over. Rudiger touch inside for Thiago Silva. Casual ball back for Rudiger. And Rudiger will use his keeper. Good from Burnley. Plenty of effort out there, and McNeil's chasing the keeper down here. Mendy's hooked it forward. Tarkowski thought he was fouled by Mount. The referee's happy to play on. Taylor's got the ball. Taylor looking forward here for Rodriguez, and he's just sliced that out of play. I mean, it's 3 or 4 opportunities now, isn't it, for Burnley?
It's on edge.
I just think that they're struggling a little bit with the ball in the air.
It looks like it. They're just not dealing with it, are they?
I don't think Silva's the biggest of centre-backs, and he's probably not used to an aerial battle. And somehow, between them, they're just struggling. It's noticeable Mendy's not coming for the corners either. No,
whether that's affected him with the punch before.
Yeah, possibly.
You don't know.
Yeah. Once bitten, twice shy, perhaps. Here's Mount. Uses Silva. Final 5 minutes of the half. Here's Mount. We know how good Chelsea are, though, with the ball at their feet. And Mount's driving forward here. Burnley allowing him just to run towards the edge of the box. It's back with Saul. Uses Rudiger on for Thiago Silva. And again, I think Rudiger will get the ball back. Burnley happy to let one of the centre-backs be free and mark tighter inside. Here's Silva once more. On for Trevor Chalobah. Again, Rudiger's free. Good work from Burnley's front two, denying space. Vekos and Rodriguez getting through a lot of work. Jorginho's come deep to collect this. Helps it on nicely for Pulisic. Nice turn from Pulisic. He's got away from two. Burnley hooked it away. Vekos can't win the next ball, but he'll be chasing this now. And the Dutchman can get on the end of this. What's he got ahead of him? Looking to spread it. What a ball that is for Dwight McNeil. Looking to take on Chalobah. He's got the better of him. Can he finish it? Oh, that's an extra touch. Just had an extra touch. Burnley won it back though. Lennon's in the middle if he can be found. Oh, not quite. Wow. Rodriguez did well to win that when Chelsea were looking to let the ball go out of play. Burnley have had opportunities here. Just an extra touch, it seemed, from Dwight, didn't it?
I don't think he meant to do it. It just caught his touch, I think.
He's causing Trevor Chalobah some problems. Let's just see here. It's Rodriguez, isn't it, that wins it back for McNeil. He can't just find Lennon in the middle. Gets a deflection away from Lennon.
It's like 3 opportunities now.
Yeah. And the common denominator probably is McNeil getting away from Chalobah. Here's Rudiger once more. Just over 2 minutes of the half remaining. Saul to collect it left-hand side. He uses Rudiger again. Reece James in space on that right wing. It's with Silva. Just almost edging forward. Uses Jorginho. Plenty going on ahead of him. Rudiger looking to have a shot from distance. It was well out, but it's broken free nicely for Havertz in the box here. This is a little bit dangerous, but Burnley won it back. Robert's athleticism helping him there. Gets the ball forward. It's a long chase for Weghorst. He's got the legs moving. Rudiger back to the keeper. Good defensive work. Just couldn't find the out ball, perhaps. 90 seconds of the 45 remain. Thiago Silva in possession. Here's Rudiger. Dropping deeper here. Jorginho to collect it. Wants a bit of possession. The Italian international uses Trevor Chalobah. Oh, there's a slip here from Dwight McNeil's picking himself up. That was a little bit of a worry initially. Just slipped on the halfway line. Rudiger. Halfway line. What's he got ahead of him? Just slowing the pace down. I'm not sure Chelsea need that. On for Silva. Silva gets the ball forward. Conte on the turn here. Now able to drive towards the box. The Frenchman coming inside Conte. He's just helped it on for Trevor Chalobah. Wide here for James. Reece James looking for the 1-2 perhaps with Mount. Mount faces the play now. Helped on towards Conte. Pace has just stepped up a little bit. It's wide again for James once more. Just uses Mount. He's onside. Looks to hook the ball into the middle. Burnley have got it away. Haven't got time in possession though. Jorginho with a shot. It's a good block from Roberts. Sends it behind. Probably had to make that block. First corner of the game for Chelsea. Burnley just didn't get the ball away there, did they? Quickly enough. West Ham maybe had an opportunity. In the end, it was looking like it was on target, and it's a good block from Roberts. Burnley do that well, Lauren, get bodies in the way.
They do. Tarky's one of the leading ones in Europe.
Yeah, we've mentioned that in today's programme. Yeah. Incredible stats.
Yeah.
1 minute. Burnley have got to see this corner out here, the first of the game for Chelsea. Swung in. Tarkowski's got a head on it. Collins will win the next, but it falls for Jorginho. Here's Conte. He just stayed back for the corner, but they've got to see this out now. Conte to look to spread it for Rudiger. Rudiger will win this on his chest, but they've got cover. Lennon's back. Does the defensive work so well, Lennon. It's another corner. Maybe could have hooked it towards us, but it's another corner for Chelsea. Right on half-time here. Burnley 0, Chelsea 0. Burnley have got to see the half out. No real hurry to take it. Chelsea. They've now got the ball with Mason Mount. Final action of the half. Burnley have got to see this out. Collins just feeling his arm there. I don't think there's something not gone on here off the ball. And he's having a word with Rudiger and Collins. And once he's done that, there's not going to be time to take the corner, perhaps. Tarkowski involved. Something gone off the ball there. I think we're ready to take it now in the second minute of additional time. But they've got to see it out. Rudiger and Collins again, close to each other. Rudiger trying to break away. Burnley have won the first head, and that is half-time. Burnley 0, Chelsea 0. Best chances for the Clarets in that half. Weghorst on 17 minutes, Silva to get it off the line. Almost immediately after, Collins with a header from a free kick over the bar, and then a poor punch from Mendy fell to the feet of McNeil on the half-hour mark. McNeil just hooked it over the bar. I've got to say, Lauren, probably Burnley had the better of the half.
Oh, definitely. Better opportunities. They've really done well just keeping them tight at the back. Pope's had, what, 2 saves? Comfortable saves?
Yeah. I mean, there was the Rudiger long-range effort, which you thought was relatively straightforward for him. I mean, Burnley have defended well.
We have. They've been very, very organised, which is standard, isn't it? But,
Good reaction from the crowd as they go off, which is always important, I think.
It is. It shows how well they've played the past few games, especially at home.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very much appreciated by the fans. I mean, being a fan myself,
you
like to see good football against top teams, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, they realise, I think the fans know the games have been tight, very little in it, and the effort's there, isn't it?
Oh, it is, well and truly. Can't knock that.
Elsewhere, as we approach half-time, Newcastle are 2 up against Brighton, Villa are 2 up against Southampton, Brentford lead at Norwich by 1-0, and Palace are 2-0 up at Wolves. Early today, Leicester 1, Leeds United 0. Of course, it's 0-0 here. Interesting tactic, a little bit different perhaps today. The front 2 are dropping a bit deeper, Lauren, aren't they?
They're just letting them have it, aren't they?
The back 3? Is that because they think the back 3 aren't going to cut them open?
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's quite safe when they're playing it round at the back,
yes,
as long as it's not near our goal. I think they'd rather not waste their energy running after it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're better with those 3 having the ball than Mount, Pulisic, Havertz and co.
Exactly, and it just shows that it's working because they haven't really had it much, have they?
No. So in some ways, it becomes 4 central midfielders with Rodriguez and Weghorst holding off a little bit. Just gives more bodies in the middle, perhaps. Yeah. All in all, that's a decent half.
Yeah, I'm impressed with that.
I think we'll be a little bit disappointed we're not ahead.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Way more opportunities than Chelsea. Let's hope we can.
I mean, it's a little bit unfortunate with the Collins header because we thought Weghorst was in a better position behind him.
Yeah, probably. But
the player running from behind's got perhaps a better opportunity. Collins was stretching to get there, and it probably didn't work for Burnley.
Yeah, Collins will be after that goal.
Yeah. And then McNeil, he's got to put that behind him.
Yeah, which
it was a big miss,
I think he has. I mean, he's playing fantastic.
He is. Yeah.
I also think Lennon's having a great game along this right-hand side. He's nicked it up the pitch quite a few times, hasn't he?
Yeah. I mean, there was a stat for the Huddersfield FA Cup game. It was the oldest average age since the Second World War. But that's deceptive because Lennon at 34 is as fit as many players in the 20s.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it? Things have changed, I think, in 2022. You'll probably know from the women's game. People are fitter. Yeah. Players are fitter.
No, we are. Yeah, definitely.
So, at 0-0 at half-time, I don't think Sean Dyche will be thinking of any changes, will he?
No, I hope not. Anyway,
he'll want same again. Yeah, he'll want same again.
Yeah.
And you've just got to keep that effort. We're just seeing pictures now of Jordan North, who's completed his rowing trip from London to Burnley, 100 miles. And there's just going to be an announcement on the PA shortly, and then we'll have a chat with Lauren about Burnley FC Women's and their season, what we've got to look forward to. What about 100 miles of rowing, Lauren? How do you fancy that?
All credit to him. He's
10 minutes on the rowing machine's enough normally, isn't it?
Tell me about it. He's done incredible. All credit to him.
Yeah, he's been working hard. I spoke to him for the website a couple of weeks ago, and he's been doing sort of 6 weeks worth of work with a trainer just to get to some sort of fitness to do the rowing, and he's just now going to be presented to the crowd. He's with us next week, all being well, at Brentford, so we'll see Jordan then. He was with us for the 0-0 draw at Arsenal. Looks suitably shattered, I think, Lauren, doesn't he?
He does indeed. Can't blame him. I don't think I'd be here if I'd have just done 100 miles.
I've got a feeling last night might have been 1 or 2 drinks as well. We're just seeing pictures on the big screen now of his row. They needed a detour yesterday because the canal was blocked. And he's just talking to the crowd now, and everybody will give him a fantastic reception. Now then, Lauren, not many people joined me after a 9-0 win.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Oh, it was great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you start to feel for
the opposition.
Team, yeah. I mean, especially like being a goalkeeper myself. I mean, I've been in them positions before in my career where we've played a lot higher tier team and been in that sort of position.
Yeah.
It's a bit demoralising, but the goalkeeper played really well.
Yes, and Evie got a hat-trick. It was a big day for her, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And she's got a lot of goals this season.
Yeah, she's playing
in double figures.
She's playing incredibly well. I feel like these past 2 seasons she's come on so much. Her strength is unbelievable now. She's just knocking people off the ball very easy. Like you say, she's got some goals this season behind her.
Yes.
Hopefully she can go onwards and upwards.
And you play Fylde in the final.
We do indeed.
Any news on when that will be?
I think it's May the 4th. I think it's a midweeker, Wednesday night or something. Don't hold me to that, but I think it is something like that. But yeah, looking forward to that. Hopefully get some silverware this season for the club. Fingers crossed.
Yes, I mean, 2 successive promotions, and then COVID came along, which sort of disrupted things a little bit.
Yeah, it knocked us a bit.
It's been a success story, hasn't it, in recent years?
It has, yeah. I mean, we've done really well. I mean, we've lost the manager, Matt B, now, but full credit to him. He set us up very well for the past couple of seasons. We were having a really good run as well before COVID hit. First time in the league, and we were up there as second place, but it got nil and void, did the league, unfortunately. Yes. But we've had a lot of changes. Alan and the team have come in now, and they're supporting the club a lot more.
Absolutely. So. Integrated into the setup more. I mean, I know you're doing some training at Barnfield. Yeah,
we have been doing. They've got us our own Shuttleworth College now, so we have the complex there, which is fantastic, which is just next door to
of course it is,
Barnfield. Yeah. So it's our own little setup.
Oh, is it?
It's fantastic, yeah. So improvements like that, improvements like sort of stuff you don't think about, like player insurance. We have the same insurance as the guys. It's
good
because it is a bit worrying sometimes because we work as well.
Of course you do. Yeah, we'll come to that in a minute.
If you do get injuries, it's nice to know that you're covered and they're going to look after you. So.
So what, training 3 nights a week?
3 nights a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Wow.
And then Sunday games.
Because I rudely asked you about the Leicester City game. You're not going to have seen that because you were working on your fitness.
Yeah.
So that's quite a commitment, isn't it? To work. You're working for the family business still, aren't you?
Yeah, I work for the family business, and then obviously play football 3 nights a week. So it is difficult. A lot of the girls as well. I mean, they all work full time. Some of them are students, but it's a lot of commitment.
Of course it is. Yeah, of course it is. And you sell hot tubs, I understand.
I sell firewood and hot tubs. Wood-fired hot tubs.
So you've got the gift of the gab. You're all right with that? Yeah.
Do you want a hot tub?
Well, not at the minute. I've struggled to fit it in, to be honest. I'm sure many people would say that. So I mean, that is one hell of a commitment. So basically, you're talking about 3 nights and the game at the weekend, committed to football. Yeah,
I mean, it's a long day as well. So it's 2-3 hours in an evening, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and then Sundays it can be all day because we travel to wherever really.
And it's Wolves tomorrow, top of the table, but you drew 2-2 at Wolves early in the season.
Like I was saying before, we were a bit disappointed with the 2-2 draw, but hopefully tomorrow, being at home as well, hopefully get some fans down, get behind us. Yeah, hopefully we'll get the win.
Yeah, because it's free entry, isn't it? Leyland, and we were saying earlier, Leyland, you know, it's the first junction off the M6 south.
Yeah.
It's only really 30-40 minutes from Burnley. The setup's decent.
Oh, it's fantastic setup. I mean, it's got a little cafe. You can have a drink.
Of course it does. Yeah, of course, a bit of cover, so you're fine. You're fine. And it'll be a decent day tomorrow, I would think. And they tend to look after us, the Lancashire FA.
Yeah, I mean, the academy play there, the lads play there as well.
Under 23s, under 18s.
They're so welcoming. They look after us. They put us food on after the games. It's a really good setup. We feel really welcomed in there, and all credit to them and the guys here that have set it up. It's it's a massive improvement.
And the target's to go professional.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I know the chairman's talked about 2025, hasn't he, as the target to go professional. I mean, you've had 2 successive promotes. No reason why you couldn't get out of this division in the years to come.
Yeah, I think it'll be. I don't think it'll be this season. Never write us off.
No.
This season we probably started off not great. There were a lot of changes, but we're coming into our own now. But next season, I think we're going to have a massive chance of doing it. So hopefully next season.
And that'll be up to the top division.
That'll be up to the championship, it works a little bit different with the women's game. So it's Super League Championship and then our
division.
So,
right. So
we're in the third
up
tier,
to the
really.
second tier.
So I mean,
and
that's
how many
a massive jump. Though.
Is it? And how many teams go up?
Just the one.
Just the one.
Yeah, just the one. So it's difficult.
And there's no playoffs.
Yeah, so it's a playoff. So you have to win the league, and then it's a playoff between North and South.
Oh, a bit like sort of rugby league style, isn't it? You have to win the league and the playoffs.
Win the playoff,
Wow. So Wolves have a lot to do still.
They still do,
even though they're top of the division.
Yeah.
Right, I understand. And it's a big year, isn't it? It's a big year for women's football because the Euros are in England in the summer. Yeah. And England will have a chance, a real chance.
Yeah, they will indeed. They've done so well over the past years, and I think that's what's made young girls want to look at the local teams and stuff. I know that the community have been doing so well here with the girls and involving them so much. There's so much more spotlight on it.
We'll mention Sinead because she won't be happy if we don't. She's just fantastic.
Sinead's in class,
This is fantastic.
She ropes me into doing everything with Sinead.
You can't get away with not being interviewed. I mean, got a chance, haven't they, England?
Yeah.
New manager, relatively new manager.
Yeah.
You would think Germany would be strong, Netherlands, France.
Yeah, I think all them top teams really. But looking at England, I mean, what's the cup that we've just had? We've just won.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I keep forgetting the name of it. It's a new one, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So we've done well there. I mean, we've performed well in all the previous cups in the past 4 years, really. So, I mean, there's no reason why we can't do well now.
Yeah, the first game's against Austria at Old Trafford in July.
Oh, is it? Right.
Yeah, I mean, to give you some perspective of how the game has grown, it was here in England in 2005. No disrespect, the final was held at Ewood Park.
Oh.
So, I mean, the final this time is at Wembley.
At Wembley, yeah.
So that tells you in 16 years how it's progressed, the women's game. It's fantastic, isn't it?
It is incredible, yeah. And I think the reason why it's progressed so much in this country is because the England team have done so well in the previous cups.
Yes.
I do think that. And there's more exposure to it now. I think Man City were one of the first teams to take on the women's set up and make it professional. United have come on board now a few years later, but it's really, really growing. I think the likes of Spurs, Arsenal have always kind of been up there with it, haven't they?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's amazing. And to see young girls now who could get to that professional status. I mean, when I was younger,
there wasn't that option.
There wasn't that option. I couldn't think of it as a career. Whereas now, if I was that bit younger, I could think of it as probably a career.
Yeah. Keepers play for many years, Lauren. Don't be writing yourself off. Do not be writing yourself off.
I'm not yet. I've got a few more seasons left in me.
So I think it'll be a massive tournament. You know, live on TV, it does get a lot of exposure. You mentioned that. You know, a lot on BBC, isn't there?
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the great thing of women's football. It's there for everybody to see, you know, relatively cheaply. You know, they're not having to fork out 40 quid for a Premier League ticket, for example.
No.
They're able to see top-class women's football relatively cheap. And I'll mention again, it's free at Leyland.
It is free at Leyland. I keep mentioning that. We need as many down as possible.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough test tomorrow.
It will be. Yeah, it will be.
Tough test, but we're very confident. We've had a good week of training anyway.
Brilliant. And we said earlier, saving penalties is a bit of a forte of yours.
Yeah, let's say that.
The Sunderland Cup tie was the big one last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When it went to penalties.
Yes.
You saved, we're going to say 3. One was over the bar.
Yeah, one was over the bar.
Yeah,
I'm claiming 3.
They haven't scored.
No, exactly.
So
I
they
went
missed
the right
3.
way.
Yeah, they missed 3. And that got you the tie against Manchester United, which is probably Burnley's biggest ever game.
Yeah, that along with Liverpool this season. But
sure.
Yeah, definitely United. It was just such a great experience to play a team like that. I mean, they've got USA World Cup winners, and you were a bit starstruck in a way.
A little bit. It's all the stars, is
Yeah.
it? The only shame for that was it was the same day, ironically, as Burnley played Manchester United in the Premier League.
Was it?
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
It didn't really help, promoting the game in a way, did it?
No, there was quite a few down there.
There was.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's cheering you on.
Yeah, I think it was shown. Was it shown on the screen?
It was. Yeah. And TikTok is getting thousands.
Yeah.
I mean, women's football is massive in Asia.
Yeah.
But we're getting some big numbers.
I didn't
realise
how many people actually watched our games.
Oh, it's been a massive success. Watching you from afar, and I think it's great. It's super. We wish you well.
We appreciate the support. Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll be looking out for your result against Wolves tomorrow. Back to today. No changes for Burnley. A word about Nathan Collins. Stepped in for Ben Mee. I think he's done really well, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. He looks a bit like Ben Mee.
He does, a bit taller.
Yeah. No, he's doing really well. It looks like he's played for a while. He doesn't look out of place at all.
Yeah, what I would say, at Stoke as well, he played a lot of games at right back. So he's gone from Championship right back to playing centre back in the Premier League.
Doesn't look like he's out of place. Like I said, he's doing really well. He's handling the situation. To say that he's playing Chelsea as well, who are the third now.
Yeah. I keep saying it, don't I? European club and world club champions. We're underway in the second half. Just to mention, James Tarkowski's skipper today, and it's in the Ukrainian colours. So that's a special tribute. Everybody in Ukraine. Touch on here for James, but Neil's won it back, had a really good half. Apart from the missed chance, Pulisic looked like he was having a tug. Helps it on for Brownhill, back from McNeil. Gone again, Brownhill. Good skill from McNeil. Great with that left foot. Turns back, uses Charlie Taylor. Any positive result today would get Burnley out the bottom 3. Everton play on Monday. Here's Westwood looking to spread it, giving Roberts a bit to do there. Cut out by Sol, but not very well. Roberts has got the ball, touches it on for Lennon, back for Roberts. Trying to give it back to Lennon, didn't work out, and Mount benefits. Here's Rudiger, go through the sides when there's a break in play. Back for Mendy. Here's Rudiger again. Looking further forwards, a flick on looking for Havertz. Collins in there, it went, just to nick it away. Weghorst to collect it. Him and Rodriguez almost went for the same ball. Touch on here, looking for Weghorst down that right-hand side. Rudiger wins it, back for Mendy. Rodriguez, I think, was offside in the build-up there. Good header won by Collins. Next one flicked on, trying to take it down Brownhill. Mount just turned into him. Referee happy to play on. Ball bouncing around, and it breaks somewhat kindly for Pulisic. Just inside the Burnley half, helped on for Conte. Burnley trying to get close, Roberts trying to get close. Spread wide, here's Mount. Mount against Collins. Collins having to come to meet him. Mount just on the edge of the box. Touch back for Jorginho. Good skill from him, uses Conte. Conte helps it on for Chalobah. Chalobah for James, just onside. James looking to get a shot away here perhaps. Still got an opportunity here, and he scored. It's a really good finish, to be fair, from Reece James. You wondered if the opportunity had gone, but he kept at it and fired it across goal. That's the opener. I just wondered if it was offside in the build-up. They will check that. 47 minutes gone. Burnley 0, Chelsea 1. Reece James has got the goal.
Disappointing, but it's come from nowhere, really.
It has, yeah. Burnley have not done a lot wrong, and it did look like he's finished it well. We're going to see it now. I think he's going to be onside here, isn't he? Oh, I'm not sure. We haven't seen the lines yet. We'll have to see the lines. It happened very quickly there. They'll have to slow it all down and have a look and check for possible offside. It's a really good finish in the end. Burnley think they've blocked him off, and he comes back and goes on the outside again and finishes it across the keeper. I assume they've looked at it for long enough to decide that is okay. And we're going to be set to get back underway. Disappointing after what's gone on, really, isn't it?
It is indeed. Yeah, first real opportunity for them, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we thought we'd blocked him off, and he almost reworked it, came back and fired it across goal.
He's done well. It's a great finish, to be fair to him.
Yeah, I think he's a top player, you know. I really do think he's a top player. Still only 22. Had a season at Wigan on loan when he was magnificent in the Championship, and he's played for Chelsea really since then. Clearance from Rudiger. Burnley will be disappointed because they probably had the better of the first half. Rudiger on the volley and away. James to come and win it. I would have liked to have seen the lines on that, Lauren. Yeah,
it looked tight. I didn't realise how tight it actually looked.
I thought live play. I thought he was perhaps just offside when he got it, but it was only a very cursory check. Saul with the throw here. Left-hand side. Gets it back off Mount. Not done a lot for the lead, Chelsea, it must be said. Here's Thiago Silva. Taylor to jump and win the header. Brownhill to flick on. Mount. Now they'll see more of the ball, perhaps, Chelsea. They'll think they've broken through and they can control the game. Rudiger helped on here for Jorginho, halfway line. Weghorst trying to get back at him. Here's Rudiger once more. On for Trevor Chalobah. Here's the scorer, Reece James. Chelsea leading by a goal to nil. Conte back for James. We're in 24. Right wing back. Touch back here for the keeper, Mendy. He's looking for Rudiger. It's his 6th goal of the season, Reece James, which for a defender primarily is a really good return. Jorginho. Maybe they think they can play a little bit more football now. Burnley have got to come to them a little bit more. Rudiger. Helped on again here for Conte. Conte under pressure from Collins. Keeps the ball. So good at that, the Frenchman. Here's a bit of space for Pulisic. Driving forward. James wants it again. James is in space here. Pulisic looking to take it on himself. Hits Tarkowski. The clearance is from Taylor. Trevor Chalobah to take it down. Crowd just getting a little anxious. Don't think Burnley done a lot wrong. Back with Silva. Cries have come on Burnley. Might break here for McNeil. No, he's done well, Trevor Chalobah. Just stuck a boot out and he's now driving forward. He's got Reece James on the overlap again. Causes problems in this position. James to get a cross in, decent ball. Roberts wins the header. For a minute I didn't think he was looking in the right direction, but he got ahead on it. Lennon can't keep the next ball. Here's Rudiger. Good spell this for Chelsea, following the goal. Touch on here for Mount. Gets it back, faces play. Here's Havertz. Havertz looking to tease Westwood. Touch back. Burnley should win this. Weghorst back there battling away. Hooks it on nicely. Rodriguez trying to touch it on for McNeil. Didn't quite work out. Trevor Chalobah with the interception. Here's Silva. Sun comes out at Turf Moor. Chelsea leading by a goal to nil. 6 minutes into the second half. Left-hand side. Sol once more looking to take on Lennon. Ball inside for Mount. Looking to get it into the middle. It's found Reece James. James takes it down. Good first touch. Helps it on. Gets it back off Pulisic. Pulisic again. Right-hand side. Looking to tease his man now. One way then the other. Gets a cross in. Deep towards the back post. Header one and in. Simple goal for Havertz. It was a great cross from Pulisic. 2 goals in 5 minutes. Chelsea have got a 2-0 advantage. The German with the header at the far post. No chance for Nick Pope. Burnley 0, Chelsea 2. Chelsea have just found their class, haven't they, at the start of this second half, Lauren?
Yeah, I don't think there was much Nick Pope could do there. A great cross again, but it just kind of just floats in, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Whether they've not seen him at the back post, I don't know. He's just completely unmarked, though.
Pulisic just picked out the ball, didn't he? Left foot, deep towards the back post.
He's just dropped off, hasn't he, and nodded it home.
Yeah. They've worked well together. They've just found Havertz at the far post, found the header. It's a really good cross from Pulisic. And Burnley have got it all to do all of a sudden. Haven't had a really good first half. 2 softish goals. And Burnley have got a mountain to climb.
Just shows you have to put your chances away first half, doesn't it, really?
You do, yeah, absolutely. Reminded me a little bit of the Liverpool game. Before Liverpool scored, Burnley had some gilt-edged opportunities. Header won by Chalobah, Conte to help it on. Collins here to jump with Havertz. Battling away, still battling away, and Burnley have won it. There's Tarkowski looking to spread it for Lennon. Decent ball if Lennon can keep it in play.
Nice.
Has done really well, Aaron Lennon. Ball inside, can't find Westwood. Maybe Chelsea had a rocket at half-time, Lauren, and they've come out and they're proving their worth. Jorginho to take it down. Crowd getting a little anxious. I don't think Burnley have done a lot wrong, apart from maybe not take their chances first half. Throw to Burnley, right-hand side, with Connor Roberts. Two goals in what, 7 minutes, turn the game. Here's Pulisic again, Fuller running, the American, driving forward. Taylor trying to stay with him. Taylor's moved to the right-hand side to cover him. He's gone on the outside, Pulisic, dummies the cross. Taylor's blocked it initially. Ball into the middle, he's found Conte. Conte to try and take it down, on for James. James opportunity here, across the face of goal and in. It's a third, unbelievably. Not sure who's got the last touch. I think Havertz is going to claim it. Might have come off the defender. It's turned sour for Burnley. Burnley 0, Chelsea 3. They're congratulating Havertz on the goal line. It's a horrible start to the second half, isn't it, Lauren?
Yeah, we've kind of just fallen apart a little bit at the back there. Massive gaps opening up.
I mean, I think Havertz is claiming it. We'll see it on the replay. He's okay, James. He's onside. Yeah. Drills it across. Looks like it hits Havertz. It's almost behind him, if you will. Conte's done well with it. Just helped it on for James. Fired it across. If
you're firing anything in from there, it can come off anything. It's like, was it Lennon's goal the other week?
Yes, defender came off the defender. 3-0 it is. And it's just turned sour, unfortunately, for Burnley. 3 goals in 8 minutes. Collins with the ball forward, looking for Weghorst, battling with James. Reece James has been a big player for them to start the second half, hasn't he? Hardly made an impression first half, but got behind the Burnley defence. Caused Burnley problems. So Havertz is claiming it by the look of it. I'm not sure he knew necessarily a lot about it. Foul here on Tarkowski. Be a Burnley free kick, halfway line. Brentford are 2 up against Norwich. Norwich 0, Brentford 2. That's a penalty. Tarkowski's caught his man as he jumped for the ball there. Seemed innocuous enough. Silva stayed down. I don't think there'll be any repercussions. Caught his man, I think. Bang to the side of the head for Tarkowski. Silva looks like he's holding his leg. He'll need a bit of treatment. It's a Burnley 0, Chelsea 3. Those goals all come in the second half. Just found another level, Chelsea, perhaps, Lauren.
They have come out like a new team, haven't they?
Yeah, I think the sort of idea from Tuchel's to get the ball to the wide men. Sol on the left-hand side into Brown on the
the right-hand side, and they've made the difference, haven't they? They've really tested Burnley. Sorry, Reece James on the right-hand side. Sorry, Reece James has made a difference. Scored the first, created the third. Silva stayed down here. We haven't seen a replay of the incident.
I think it was just a collision.
I think it was, wasn't it, as he went for the high ball. We're going to see the goal now, aren't we? Is this the first one? It is. Just sends McNeil away, doesn't he? And gets the shot, just tucked in that far post. Burnley think they've covered it, haven't they? And this is the Havertz goal. A header, free header at the back post as he'd peeled away cleverly. Not sure he knows a great deal about the third. Drilled across by Reece James. Havertz has got two. James the other. Silva's back to his feet. I'll have to go off the field of play and come back on again. For Burnley now, Lauren, it's all going to be about next week, I think, at Brentford, isn't it?
I think it looks like it at this stage. I mean, the game's not over yet, but 3-0 down. It's a tough one, is this? Tough one to take, especially after the first half that we've just had. We played fantastic.
Brighton have got a goal back at Newcastle. Newcastle 2, Brighton 1. Villa are 4 up against Southampton. Collins wins that header. Brownhill gets a touch on that, helped on by Westwood. Burnley need a good spell now, a good 30 minutes to finish the game, build confidence for the last 12 games in the season. Didn't do a lot wrong first half, just a bombardment from Chelsea at the start of the second. Here's Roberts with the throw. Waiting for options here. Will go for Weghorst on his chest, trying to use Brownhill. Break for Reece James. Conte against Taylor. Collins will tidy up, get it back to his keeper, Pope. I mean, Burnley had only conceded 32 coming into the game in the Premier League. Only 6 sides better than that in the division. Just hit by a bombshell. 3 and 8 minutes here. Burnley have got to find the groove again. Find the form that they showed in the first half when they really tested the top Chelsea side. Weghorst has caught his man here, and Reece James is hurt on the touchline. He's gone off the field of play, so we could play on. The trainer could go around the perimeter and get treatment. It's caught him, Weghorst, but I'm not sure he's any more than that, Lauren, is it?
No, it doesn't look like that.
He's caught his standing leg, I think, as he was jostling for the ball. I mean, Andre Mariner, I think, has got a welfare duty to the player. And he has just checked on him quickly. And I think the crowd think we could continue, and I think Mariner thinks that as well.
Doesn't look like he's making a meal out of it, if I'm honest with you.
No, he looks in some discomfort. Thiago Silva's off the field with him. And I think they're saying the trainer can go around the perimeter to treat him. I think Andre Mariner's adamant that's the case. Picked himself up now, Reece James. Got a little bit messy. And he's back to his feet, Reece James. Just got a little bit messy there. You wonder if there's a little bit of play acting there. And Reece James is back on the field of play all of a sudden. And I think he's ready to continue, which has riled the crowd a little. The trainers have made a dash around the perimeter and are not going to be needed. Reece James looks like he's okay. Tarkowski wins the header. Did catch him, there's no doubt about it. Was a foul, but no more than that. McNeil back for Taylor. Taylor's kept that in play just. Brownhill to help it on for McNeil. Back again here for Taylor. Tarkowski to get it wide. Here's Collins to get it forward. Sky did a touch. Sal wins the header. Might break in the middle of the park. Collins just a push into the back on his man. It's a free kick on the halfway line. I think Chelsea are trying to slow the game down and we've gone 3 up.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like Cornet's coming on.
Oh, it does, yes. Good spot. Burnley desperately need Maxwell Cornet firing on all cylinders. The African Cup of Nations, Lauren, didn't really help him, did it?
No. Overly tired, do you think?
Well, he didn't play. I think part of the problem is he didn't really play.
He's still training, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's still very intense.
Here's McNeil under pressure. Crowd have got to stay with him here. Had a really good first half, I thought. Brownhill to help it on for Rodriguez. Looking to have a shot from distance. It's blocked. Breaks wide for Roberts. Roberts to get the ball in. Decent delivery. Rudiger with a header away. Havertz to chest it down. Havertz on the chase here. He's on a hat-trick, of course, the German. He wins the free kick. Against Roberts. Free kick inside the Chelsea half. Sean Dyche not happy. Here's the change. It's Rodriguez to make way. I think it'll be Cornet to replace him. Cornet will go up front, I think, here. Cornet's got 27 minutes to show everybody what he can do up front. Clearances from Rudiger. Need something dramatic for Burnley to get back in the game now. Cornet, good touch inside, gets it back. Cornet in the box. Cornet here, looking to take men on. Hooks it back inside, it's cleared. Really good effort from Cornet, just kept at it. Here's Lennon, fouled, and shoved the D, and it'll be a Burnley free kick. That was a lively start, wasn't it, from Maxwell Cornet?
Was that the first 3 touches? He's nearly put it in the back of the net.
Just went across the 6-yard box, anybody there, and it would have been a finish, wouldn't it?
It was a great cutback, unfortunately. Yeah, we weren't there.
Who's going to fancy this free kick? It's just outside the D. Does look like Maxwell Cornet's on it. Managed to get the cross in there. In the end, I suppose it's an easy clearance for Chalabar. Scored at Leeds from a free kick, Cornet, and he fancies this. Brownhill over it as well. The referee's happy he's got the wall back. Cornet to hit this, I think. There's a little wall in front of the wall, trying to cause some confusion for Mendy. And Cornet hit this. The referee's just about ready. Cornet hit this. It's at the wall. Balloons away for Brownhill to collect. He's got Roberts available right-hand side. Uses Lennon. Lennon hooks it inside for Collins. Collins done well. He's overhit that a little. Won't find Roberts with it. Just overhit it. Just found too much on it. Chelsea lead by 3-0. 20 minutes gone in the second half. All the goals in the second half. It's with Sal down that left-hand side. Header won by Roberts. Flick on from Brownhill. Here's Cornet again. Started lively. Can't free Weghorst. Comfortable clearance in the end. Collins to battle with Havertz here. Collects the loose ball, Collins. Roberts forward. Looking for McNeil. Header won by Chalabar back to his keeper. Burnley should have been ahead at half-time. Some big chances. Collins with the header over the bar. McNeil when Mendy punched it to his feet. But paid for that. Chelsea came out all guns firing at the start of the second half. 3 goals in 8 minutes. And they lead now by 3-0. Burnley have won it back. Still battling away. Roberts on here for Brownhill. McNeil spins, uses Tarkowski. Wide here for Collins. McNeil once more, trying to dink it wide. Didn't work out for him. Brentford are now 3 up at Norwich. It's going to be difficult for Norwich from here. Tony's got a hat-trick. 2 penalties in the hat-trick. Reece James and 2 goals for Kai Havertz have made it 3-0 here. 3 goals in 8 minutes at the start of the second half. Westwood's done well. Cornet can't find a touch back. Clearances from Sal, and he's found Havertz. Ball inside for Pulisic. Pulisic under pressure, loses out. Brownhill's done well. The American stays down. No foul on Brownhill. Chelsea win it back. Here's Reece James. 2 players stay down. Touch inside for Jorginho. Pulisic is back to his feet. Brownhill not yet. Mount just to go wide left-hand side. Here's Pulisic now. Brownhill back to his feet. Conte just turns away from Weghorst. Helps it on. Havertz on a hat-trick, remember. Burnley have got a touch on that through Taylor. Here's McNeil. Uses Weghorst. Weghorst inside nicely. Ball on for McNeil. Just too heavy. Won again by Jorginho. Jorginho ball inside for Conte. Conte just drags his foot on it. Brownhill's won it back. Done well there, Brownhill. Touch back for Westwood. On for McNeil. Weghorst. Just play a big part in some of the build-up. Westwood to stab that forward for Lennon. On here for McNeil. Roberts is free right-hand side. Goes wide. McNeil's done well with that. Wants the ball back, looking for a corner. Give him a lot to do. Rudiger there first. Burnley will win it back through Roberts. Just touch for Collins. Here's McNeil. Uses Westwood. Taylor down the left-hand side. On for McNeil again here. He's going to use Westwood once more. Halfway through the second half. Burnley 0. Chelsea 3. Hit by a barnstorming spell from the Londoners. 3 goals in 8 minutes. Here's Cornet. Decent ball into the middle. Silva just about did enough. Oh, looked an infringement in the middle, didn't it, on Roberts? Jorginho gets away with it. We want to see a replay of that, perhaps. Cross comes Tarkowski to try and win it. Helped on here through for Havertz, remember, on a hat-trick. Looking to tease Taylor. There's a man coming to join him in James. He's found James. Chance for James here. Heavy touch. First thing he's done wrong, probably second half. Collins able to hush it away from the box. Here's James again. Chalobah for Conte. Conte looking for Havertz. Touch back again for Conte. Here's Mount on in turn here. Sol to get a ball into the middle. Burnley went helped on and in. A really soft finish. Pulisic has made it 4-0. 4 goals in the second half. And Pulisic has got on the score sheet. The cross came across. Touch from the defender. Tarkowski, and Pulisic was there from close range to fire it past Pope. Surely game over on 69 minutes. Burnley 0. Chelsea 4. Lauren, it's all gone wrong for Burnley second half, hasn't it?
A disaster, hasn't it? I think they were just trying to get something on it so it wouldn't go into the box, and unfortunately he's just touched it into the path of who scored.
Yeah, it wasn't a great cross either, was it?
No,
just diverted it into his path. And that's 4-0. Making a couple of changes, Chelsea here with 20 minutes left. Conte's coming off, saving him for another day probably.
Obviously wasn't a penalty then.
No, yeah, it was a while ago it seemed, didn't it? One assumes they've checked it, we never really know, do we? No. We're left almost in the dark somewhat. Kovacic has come on as well. 4-0 Chelsea. After a really good first half from Burnley. Tough afternoon for Burnley, really is. All eyes will now be on Brentford next week. It's back with Tarkowski. Burnley will want Ben Mee fit next week, I would think. Lauren, you would think, wouldn't you, Ben Mee? To get Ben Mee fit would be a priority.
Definitely.
There's a foul here on the halfway line on Connor Roberts. We've not seen a replay of the shout in the other box. I don't think Sol's cross was even that good. Here's Cornet. Good skill from him, but he's just running to numbers. Really just a poor half for Burnley. You've just got to put it down to a poor half and move on. They've not had many, have they, this season, even though they're in trouble?
No, I mean, I don't think we can even put it down to Ben Mee not being here.
No, we can't.
We did really well first half. I thought we held our own very... we defended really well, but this year they've just come out a different team.
They Chelsea have. Cornet's got away towards the byline and slips. Sums up Burnley's afternoon. It was a little bit like Bambi on ice when he got the ball back near the byline and just lost everything, and the ball slipped out of play for a goal kick. Looked really a promising situation, just lost his footing. And a difficult afternoon for Burnley. Lost to Liverpool 4-0, the first season Burnley were relegated under Brian Laws. It was 0-0 at half-time, similar sort of game in a way. Burnley just got to bounce back here. Kick forward from Mendy. Roberts will win it. Here's Mount. Havertz touch back for Mount. Inside for Jorginho. On in turn for Pulisic. Burnley do win possession. McNeil on the chase here. Won't get there. Chalobah to win it. There's always Chalobah's to win, I think. Loftus-Cheek for Kovacic. Back here for Rudiger. Game away from Burnley. Chelsea leading 4-0. And what's been a really difficult second half for Sean Dyche and his team. Maybe a look at other changes now. And I can't emphasise, Lauren, how tight the first half was. If anything, Burnley just swayed it, didn't they?
There's a bit of a contrast, isn't there, between both halves.
Yeah.
I did not expect it to end up this way, if I'm honest with you, after the first half performance.
Yeah, you know they've got the ability, Chelsea, haven't they? They can open sides up, we know that. But Burnley was so good first half. Here's Kovacic. Croatian just hooks it on. Rudiger on in turn for Sol. Almost playing with Burnley a little now. Mount on for Kovacic. Kovacic looking to run at Burnley. Pulisic, nice skill, edge of the box, faces play, uses Kovacic. Back here with Chalobah on in turn for Loftus-Cheek. If there were any doubts about Chelsea's mindset with all the things that are going on off the field of play, you can forget it. They've been excellent second half and keeping the ball now so comfortably. Havertz just a little bit deeper now. Uses Rudiger. German gets it back. Rudiger once more. It's hard to believe they struggled first half. They struggled against Burnley's pressing style, aerial dominance. Burnley should have been ahead at half-time, and maybe that had been a different game. Jorginho to get that forward, cut out by Collins. He might use his keeper here, just spins back and faces play. Looking to go down the right touchline. Under pressure, skips it on, uses Weghorst. Weghorst looking for Cornet, doesn't work out. Time for Silva. One or two fans have left. And a disappointing second half display. It's with Silva. Picks out Mount back for Rudiger. Hooks it wide for Sol. Chelsea leading by 4-0. Hard to believe in a way. 3 goals in 8 minutes at the start of the second half did for Burnley. Here's Loftus-Cheek. Was 4-0 here a couple of years ago, and it was late goals from McNeil and Rodriguez. Gave the scoreline some respectability. Rudiger. Back inside for Silva. Wide for Loftus-Cheek. Here's Thiago Silva again. 4-0 Chelsea. They've taken Reece James off. I think he's only just come back from injury recently. Had a really good start to the second half. Loftus-Cheek is playing right wing back. Obviously Tuchel using it as an opportunity now just to rest one or two. Burnley about to make a change of their own. Here's Rudiger. Thiago Silva. Weghorst trying to apply some pressure. Rudiger once more. 15 minutes remain. Chelsea in control here at 4-0. On for Kovacic. Ruben Loftus-Cheek was just trying to break the line there. Seems a long time ago. Wouldn't mind having a look back at the first goal, Lauren, and seeing if Reece James had just strayed offside.
Yeah.
I assume they checked it.
You would have hoped so.
We never saw the lines, did we?
No. It was very close.
Here's McNeil. Burnley got to just try and get 15 minutes here where they get back in the groove and get ready for next Saturday's trip to Brentford, which is going to be crucial for Burnley. They look like they're going to win at Norwich this afternoon and edge towards safety themselves, the Londoners. Here's Tarkowski looking over the top for Cornet. It was the right idea. Cornet gets on the end of it. Is he pushed aside by Chalobah? Cornet's not happy. Might be another one to check. Here's Kovacic to come away. Nice spin, helped it on for Mount. Mount on for Sol down that left-hand side. Roberts goes close to him. Ball goes out of play, I'm sure there'll be a check. Chalobah will think he was just too strong for Cornet. Loftus-Cheek. Burnley ready to make a change. And Chelsea ready to make their last change. Here's Mount. Spins away. Westwood thinks that's a Burnley throw and the officials agree. Here come the changes. Barnes for Weghorst. Saving him for another day, I think. Plenty of promise in his performances. And Ashley Barnes comes on. And for the visitors, Werner's coming on for Mount. So that's their last change. Werner will go up front. Scored in this game last season. It's difficult to put words to it, isn't it, Lauren? That, you know, the contrast in halves.
It's so disappointing to see how well we played. We keep saying it, don't we? How well we played.
Yeah, it's because we're stunned, I think.
Yeah.
Let's hope it doesn't have lasting damage with 12 games to go.
We looked like we were getting into our stride again just before the fourth goal.
And Cornet just strayed offside there. Flag goes up. Barnes up front now with Cornet. Pope in goal. Roberts, Collins, Tarkovsky, Taylor at the back. Midfield of Lennon, Westwood, Brown and McNeil. Changes up front, Cornet and Barnes. Weghorst just gone to the dugout. He's a big player for Burnley for the rest of the season. That goal at Brighton was fantastic. Just an indication of what he can do. Chalabar back for Mendy, but it's all gone sour for Burnley. Chelsea leading here by 4-0. It's gone wide here for Loftus-Cheek. England player not too long ago. As you were elsewhere. Roberts to win that. Rudiger under pressure, hooks it away, left-footed. Roberts wins the next header. Here's Westwood. Ball deep towards the back post for Barnes to challenge with Mendy. And Mendy somewhat nonchalantly collects it. In contrast to his punch in the first half, when he very nearly set up McNeil. Just bowls it out here for Pulisic, but Taylor will nick it. Wasn't the best of throw-outs. McNeil for Westwood. Westwood for Brownhill. Done a bit of damage to Burnley's goal difference as well, which up until now has been pretty good. Adding 4 to it, it's now minus 14, so it's gone worse than Everton's. Here's Barnes. Burnley looking for consolations perhaps now. Has gone out of play, spun back in. It'll be a Burnley throw with Taylor. Touch back by Brownhill. It's come off Pulisic. And it'll be a Burnley throw. Inevitably some of the crowd leaving, isn't it? But, you know, Burnley have got 12 cup finals to come, Lauren, haven't they?
Yeah, we need all the support we can get. It doesn't, it's not great.
No, people just leaving, I think, just to avoid the traffic, perhaps. Here's Lennon. Looks to hook it wide for Roberts. Sol with the challenge, and he's going to get the goal kick as well. It's worked out for the Spaniard. Good effort from Roberts to get there. I mean, you've got to think Burnley have got to go to Brentford, they've got to go to Norwich, they've got to go to Watford. They're massive games. If Burnley could win 2 of those, they'd every chance of surviving, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I mean, where are Leeds now? Are there 26 games?
Yeah, with a game in hand after this on Leeds. They're 2 points ahead of Burnley. Brentford would have 27 as it stands, 6 ahead of Burnley. But Burnley would have still 2 games in hand on Brentford and go there next week. So if you could win at Brentford, Burnley could win at Brentford, they'd bring them to within 3 points and still have 2 games in hand. So, you know, still, you know, we're all looking for positives, but still everything to play for. We've got to find that first half levels, haven't they?
We do, yeah.
I mean, those first half levels were good enough to stop up.
Oh, yeah.
And some, yeah. Here's Taylor with the throw. 8 minutes remain, plus time added on. Jorginho, Pulisic. Brownhill did well to get back at him, but he's fouled him. I think Brownhill thinks he's got some of the ball, and certainly from this angle, it looked like he had. But it'll be a free kick. Brownhill needs to be careful. He's on 8 yellow cards, doesn't want to go in the book. Does get the ball, doesn't he? You wonder sometimes about those decisions. I mean, he's not stood up, is it?
No, he's got a touch on the ball. It looks like he has won it.
Chalabar wide here for Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek back for Chalabar. Looks to spread it. Saul to just touch it down for Rudiger. Westwood to intercept. Looking for Barnes. Barnes battling with Rudiger. Gone down Barnes. It's hooked out of play. There'll be a Burnley throw near the halfway line. Not to be for Burnley. It's going to be their biggest defeat of the season. Here's Barnes battling away. Can't keep possession. Hooked out of play by Chelsea. It'll be a throw to Burnley with Roberts on that right-hand side. Westwood on his chest. Inside for Brownhill, driving forward. Barnes, nice turn, looking for Brownhill. But Brownhill had to stop his run. And it's run out of play for a goal kick. Just looks an ugly second half, doesn't it, Lauren?
Things have just not gone our way at all.
No. It's been a shocker in a way, hasn't it? And when you lose your levels against a top side, they can make it pay. The camera just spanning to people who've left early. You can't blame people perhaps for leaving early, but right here, right now, the lads need some support. Rudiger hooks it forward. Collins to win it. Break in the middle of the park here for Chelsea. Werner trying to play his way back into form. Barnes to try and win it. He's caught his man there. It's going to be given as a foul. He's trying to win the ball, I think, Barnes. Referee across. May issue his first yellow card of the game. Has done. It's gone the way of Ashley Barnes. In the book. A little bit of frustration. Has caught his man. I don't think there's a great deal of contact there, I must say. Jorginho was a foul, no doubt about it. Card against Barnes. 6 minutes remain. Burnley 0, Chelsea 4. All gone wrong in the second half for Burnley. Rudiger with it. No hurry to take the free kick. Goes short in the end. Kovacic back for Rudiger. Chelsea still in the Champions League, beat Lille 2-0 in the first leg of their last 16 tie. Plenty to play for, still in the FA Cup, on the fringes of the Premier League race. And they've got a ball forward here from Loftus-Cheek. Ball into the middle to find Werner. Werner trying to get a shot away. Burnley defended it well on that occasion. Clearances from Westwood. Better from Burnley. Here's Kovacic. Final 5 minutes. Jorginho to hook it wide. Saul back here. Jorginho on in turn. It's gone back to Rudiger. That back three were troubled in the first half. Not troubled in the second half as Chelsea have dominated. Thiago Silva. On for Chalobah. Burnley just couldn't keep the levels as high as they did in the first half. It's back with Chalobah. All about Brentford away next Saturday now, which is a massive game for Burnley. Burnley have won it here through Cornet. Inside nicely for Brownhill. On for Westwood. He'll use Lennon. On the overlap is Roberts. Still giving everything. Up against Sol. Looking to get the cross in. Decent ball, but it's an easy one for Mendy. Edge of his 6-yard box. And Mendy just rolls it out here for Pulisic. Final 4 minutes at Turf Moor. Chelsea leading by 4-0. Loftus-Cheek had those lone spells away at Fulham and Palace. Still part of the setup here at Chelsea. Back for Chalobah. Thiago Silva. On in turn for Rudiger. Rudiger looking long here as he picked out Loftus-Cheek. Was into offside, but the flag does go up. I think that's as tight as the first goal. I've got to say that. Going to be a free kick for Burnley. Just can't afford to let heads drop here. They've got to bounce back next week. 12 left. Win 4 of those, and I think Burnley can stay up. 3 minutes remain. Pope wants Havertz away from him, and he'll kick this long. Nick Pope with it. He's going to look for Barnes here, battling away. Westwood to win the next ball, done that well, but he can't find Lennon, who just slipped at the wrong time. Roberts has kept it in play. Westwood again for Roberts. Roberts trying to make progress. Lennon, bit of space, helps it on for Brownhill. Looking again, just too much on that. The keeper comes and collects, gets there ahead of Roberts. Better from Burnley. Applause from the crowd. Realise, I think, they're still giving everything. It's just gone horribly wrong in the second half. There's James, scored the first, set up the third. Just that 8 minutes that transformed the game. Kovacic back for Rudiger. Battling away, Brownhill nearly nicked it. That's a foul by Westwood on his man. And I think he's going to go in the book here, Westwood. Mistimed his tackle, I'm not sure it was any more than that. And Westwood booked. That's his 7th of the campaign. 2-game ban for 10. It's great skill from Kovacic. Just catch him. Back with Rudiger. It's the Chelsea fans that have found the voice. 90 seconds remain of the 90. Back here for Thiago Silva, who just struggled a little bit first. It's hard to just go back to that. The back three really did struggle a little bit against Burnley. Keeper's coming here. Pope, shout to get Collins out of the way. Lennon trying to flick it on. Jorginho in space now. Hooks it wide for Chalobah. Here's Loftus-Cheek. Chelsea dominating things now, of course. Final minute of the 90. Just gone against Burnley. It can happen in the Premier League. Some very, very good sides. And Burnley just come out worse second half. Rudiger looking over the top for Werner. He's got pace. Tarkowski goes with him. Gets a touch on it. They've just about kept it in play, I think. Havertz runs into trouble. Brownhill touch back for Collins. Does he want his keeper to come? He does. Pope with the clearance. Cornet on the chase here, won't get there. Rudiger halfway line. We'll find out from the fourth official shortly how much additional time. McNeil battling away and wins it, showing good application late on. McNeil back here for Taylor. Taylor for Barnes. Barnes got caught there. Oh, I thought he did. Referee didn't agree. Did look a foul from here. 2 minutes remain. Chelsea leading 4-0. Here's Pulisic. Back against Jorginho for Kovacic. Chelsea just playing out time now. Up wide for Saul. Back again Kovacic. It's the Chelsea fans you can hear now. Just a reminder, maybe they're on the fringes of the Premier League title race. Only lost twice away from home in the Premier League this season. One of those was at Man City. Taylor comes across to deal with Loftus-Cheek. Good skill from the big midfielder, but McNeil stopped him. It'll be a throw to Chelsea. I mean, big 12 games now for Burnley, Lauren, isn't it?
Yeah, huge. Taking a positive from this, I mean, first half was unbelievable performance, so if we can take that into the next few games, we'll definitely be getting something out of them. I mean, It's hard to come up against a top Chelsea side.
Yeah, they just found their levels second half, didn't they? And it became a little embarrassing at times for Burnley. Here's Pulisic. Good challenge from Tarkowski to come off the American. And it'll be a goal kick. One thing I would say, I don't think Tarkowski's quite the same defender if he moves to the left-hand side when Mee's absent. The partnership's a key, isn't it?
It is, yeah. They play really well together. They played together for a long period of time, so they know each other in and out, don't they?
Burnley need everybody back, really. There's a hope Vidra might be able to play some part next Saturday as well, I think. Loftus-Cheek wins that. Tarkowski the next. The referee's had a look at his watch. He's going to blow. It's finished. Burnley 0, Chelsea 4. A difficult afternoon for the Clarets. Played so well first half. Had the better of the chances first half. But really, from the start of the second, Chelsea found a different gear. Reece James did well on the right-hand side. Looked like there might have been a case for offside when he collected it. He checked back inside, took it on again, fired it across Pope into the far corner. On 52 minutes, Pulisic found Havertz. Havertz with a fine header to make it 2-0. 3-0 again, Reece James across the 6-yard box. It looked behind Havertz, and Havertz just converted it without not really knowing a lot about it. And then Pulisic on 69 minutes got in on the act, cross from Saul, deflected into his path by Tarkowski. Simple finish from the American for close range. 3 goals in 8 minutes, and a further goal for the American, a scene for Burnley. Finished 4-0. Lauren, I mean, Burnley have got to get their heads up. There's still so much to play for.
There is. We're not down and out of it yet. We've still got a lot to play. Again, I've just said the positives to come out of it was the first half. We played absolutely unbelievable. So take that into the next games. I'm sure we'll be okay.
Yes, yeah. Just about 8 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That Chelsea just found their levels. The first goal was the key one, perhaps, isn't it? That opened Burnley up. It didn't look the same side second half, did we?
No, we didn't. We looked like we just dropped it a little bit, and like you said, it could be from the goal. It's a bit of a disappointing goal against a runner play, but yeah.
I mean, they're a top side. You've got to remember they're World Club, European, Champions League champions. You know, they're no mugs, are they? And they found their form second half. Burnley dipped, and it happens against the big sides, perhaps.
It does, yeah. All credit to Burnley though, first half. They've done the best. They never gave up either. Gaps started to appear, but they never gave up.
And it's a fixture out of the way against one of the big 6. It's one less against the big 6. Burnley just got to, if they can win next week at Brentford, it looks different all of a sudden again.
It does, yeah. I mean, we've played some top sides recently, haven't we? And we've got points from them. So, I mean, disappointing result against Chelsea, but were we expecting to get much out of it?
Possibly not. Lauren, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck tomorrow against Wolves. We'll be watching your progress at Leyland. Great season you're having. International Women's Day, of course, on Tuesday.
It is.
So good luck with all that. Tomorrow we'll be watching your progress against Wolves. Thanks, Lauren. I'm going to leave you the news here. It's finished Burnley 0, Chelsea 4. All the goals in the second half. 2 for Havertz, 1 apiece for James and for Pulisic. Remember, BFC women play the league leaders Wolves tomorrow at Leyland. It's live on TikTok, but if you can, get there to support the girls. Fantastic fixture tomorrow. Going to leave the news here in the Premier League. It's Burnley 0, Chelsea 4. I'll see you next Saturday at Brentford. Big game for Burnley. Brentford against Burnley. Until then, goodbye from me.